Hello, my loves, and welcome to this week's episode of I Think I Need Therapy. I have been so stressed lately, like more so than usual. And I mean, it checks out because I kind of like packed my schedule this semester a little bit too much. I mean, I can handle it, but it's kind of an insane amount of stuff that sometimes just like weighs on me an incredible amount. So like this Tuesday and last Tuesday, I don't know why it's Tuesdays, but for some reason on Tuesdays I have like mental breakdowns and just want to give up on everything that I'm doing. But I've been pushing through, and I mean at the end of this week has gotten a lot better because I have not that much schoolwork anymore. I got through a lot of my work, but I am completing my undergrad, so that alone I have a good amount of coursework and exams, but it's not that much, and then practices on top of that. But I think like my biggest stressor right now, like those two things are totally fine, but my biggest stressors are probably like finding grad schools, because the deadline is coming up and I like am all over the place with what I want to do. I know when I came in to college, I was like, oh my god, I have my whole life figured out. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. This is the path that I want, and like, I'm gonna work in NASA, like, blah, blah, blah. And it completely changed. A lot of people don't know this about me, but a lot of people do. I've been telling a lot of people this recently, so, I guess a lot of people didn't know, but I came in to college as a physics major, and I loved it. I freaking loved physics in high school. I loved the sciences. I loved chemistry, everything science. I was so like, hell yeah, woman in the STEM. This is me. I'm gonna go into physics. I'm gonna be an astrophysicist because I love the stars. I loved studying the universe and planets and everything like that. That was like my passions, kind of. But the thing is, I chose that degree in grade like 9 or something, because we had a class in high school where it was like a career development class or something like that everyone had to take, and we just like went online and like chose what we thought our career path should be and like what we were interested in. And at the time I didn't know. I was like, okay, what am I interested in outside of school, outside of like everything else? What do I kind of spend time doing? And I was thinking about it, and I realized that I watched a lot of YouTube videos about planets and like space and stuff. And so I was like, oh, like maybe I'm interested in astronomy. So, and astronomy, not astrology. My brother fucking makes fun of me for this. Well, he used to make fun of me for this all the time, because he was like, he told everybody I was an astrologist. I was going to school for astrology, which is the study of stars, but it's like horoscopes and stuff, which is not what I did. It's completely different. Astronomy, you study like, it's physics. You study like how stars and planets are made and their composition, chemical compositions, find a planet that's habitable, I don't even know, stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested in this, I guess, so I chose that, and that's what I ran with. Literally, I like read so many books, listened to podcasts about astronomy, astrophysics, got really into the field. When I took my physics class, I was so into that subject, and I was so into like everything physics. Oh, I was such a like try hard in high school, which is not a bad thing, but I just like look back and I'm like, damn, I went above and beyond in a lot of stuff for no reason. Yeah. Cause like in physics class, I literally wrote a 30-page paper. Like, I'm writing that now as a thesis. I'm writing an undergrad thesis right now, which is also adding to my stress, because like, it's kind of a lot. Writing a thesis is a lot. But the data that I'm using for my thesis is from this lab and we're studying the effects of exercise on cognitive function and how it affects those with depressive symptoms. So it's stuff like I haven't worked in this lab before. I just started, and I never really have any experience with EEG. I did my first cap like the other week. I applied my first gel cap. Yay, go me. It's really cool. And it's fun it's fun doing the studies. And I'm learning so much about it through the process and everything, which is like, it's really good, and I love to learn. So where was I going with this? I don't know. That's my thesis right now. But in high school, well, this thesis is supposed to be like it's going to be like 40 pages. But that that paper that I wrote in high school for my physics class was 30 pages. So unnecessary. Literally so unnecessary. Why did I write 30 pages worth of work? Because I was a tryhard. My decision making with coming to college was a little bit not that smart. I got super, super lucky with the decision that I made, but I basically chose to come to U of I because of sports. I mean, that was the reason I was going to college. Well, I would have gone to college anyways, but that was the main reason why I was going to college, is for track and field. So I basically came here because of my coach, and because there was good high jumpers, and I liked the school. But there was also a professor in the physics department, and this is why I also chose to came here. I mean, there was good reasons why I came here. And one of those on the academic side is because I chose to go into the physics program, which would lead me into astrophysics, and I could specialize in astronomy through the physics program, which is what I was hoping to do if I made it past second year in the degree. But one of the professors in the physics department works with NASA, so I thought that was so sick, and I was like, okay, I can get relations to NASA if I go here, and I can even do undergraduate internships with NASA and stuff, because there was some students here who had done that. So that was really good, and I was like, okay, this can be a really good place to go. And also my previous coach I haven't even spoken about this. Wait, have I don't know. My coach left. There's only one coach in the whole track and field program here right now, so I don't actually have a jumps coach. He left, but he had coached an Olympian before, and I was big on his resume, and so I was like, okay, a coach who has coached Olympians, professors that have worked with NASA, it all aligned and seemed like a really good fit. So that's why I did choose to come here. I guess I had great options. I mean, great reasons, but I didn't really have many other options. And I didn't really research the school other than those two things. And I also didn't visit the school or have any virtual tours. Did I even know anything about Idaho? No, I didn't. Did I even know it was a place before my coach reached out to me? No. Who the fuck does? But it was a long shot. I just came here. Do I have any family over here? No. Do I have any family on the West Coast? Not really. But I came all the way over here, and I mean, it's turned out so good. I would not have changed it for the world. So I'm so grateful that decision went well. But seeing as I didn't put much research into coming here, it's not that big of a deal for undergrad, but I feel for graduate school it's a lot bigger of a deal. So I've been literally researching for months on months for graduate schools, and for what I want to do, and where's the best place, and who do I need to reach out to, and what requirements do I need to have, blah 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 blah. So it's so overwhelming, and it's so stressful at times. But going back, I really was dead set on being an astronomer, astrophysicist. And I came in so excited, so ready to do it. And I was I remember just being so excited to be around people and other students who saw the world the way I did, because Me and my little nerdy brain would literally have dreams about science, dreams about chemistry, dreams about physics and math, like what? And I would do math for fun on my own, play math games, and like, oh, I forget, Khan Academy. I don't know if any of you know what Khan Academy is, but I would self-learn math and physics on there alongside what I learned in school. And I would watch all these space documentaries all the time and read all the books, and just like when I went out into the world, I would like think of like how it applied to like physics and how I could explain different phenomenons like just in my daily life with physics, and what kind of equations and calculations I would have to do. Like that's how my brain used to work. And I honestly love that it was that way. Like I'm so nerdy and I love that side of me, but I've kind of like lost that side of me, which is sad, but it's not my passion anymore, and I've kind of changed from that. But that's how I was, and I was so excited to meet others who were the same way, and that's what I thought it was going to be coming into college. But then I kind of had imposter syndrome my whole like first year in the physics program, especially being a woman in physics. Like, it's so intimidating because there was these guys in my classes, and given the physics department here is so small and so like close knit, so I would see like the same guys all the time, and they were like asking questions in class that I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How do you know this? Like, how do you know this? I don't know. And I wasn't like putting much effort into it outside of the classroom, and you know, my coach was really, really sweet, and he would send me all these like articles that he would like receive on like astronomy, or like a new update with a satellite, or like something about the planets, or like there's gonna be a meteor shower or something like that, and it was so adorable. But the thing is, I didn't look into those. I didn't really take the time to like, I don't know, research things about space anymore, or watch those documentaries, or read those books, and like keep updated with the news on it, which I felt like all my other classmates were. And I was like, okay, they all love this so much more, and they're just like so into it, they know a lot more about it, and I know nothing. Which, given if I just had changed my mindset, maybe I would have gone further in it and I would have liked it more. My passions and like where my interests lied outside of school shifted a lot, and we're all like based around psychology and mental health and everything. And so I was like, wait, should I change my major? And actually what switched it to is because I took my first psychology class, because literally my first year I had just taken like general kind of classes, and then just a lot of math and a lot of different sciences and physics and stuff, and they were tough. But I'd gone into this psychology class in my second year, and I loved it so much, and I learned so much. And like the topics, I was just like, every single one of them, like I was like, yeah, I want to learn about this, like this is so intriguing to me. And I think in that class I was like, dang, maybe I should go into psychology, because this is a lot better than doing physics. So a combination of all of that, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna switch my major to physics, and to psychology. And it was a hard decision. And I think the biggest thing too with that was that I kept thinking about how cool it would be to tell people like that I was a physicist and that I got my degree in physics, because it was rewarding telling people that I was a physics major, because they would get all like surprised and impressed, and they like, good on you, like that's so hard, like I don't know how you do it. And like obviously it boosted my ego, and it made me feel good, and it made me feel smart and different. Not a lot of people major in physics, so I felt different, and like I wanted to have that title. I wanted to have that, uniqueness to me. I'm unique one way or another, honestly. But that was my reasoning for staying. And not because I loved it, not because I did love it, but not really. Literally that was my only reason for staying in the degree. And so I was like, okay, you know what? No. I'm gonna switch to psychology. And honestly, it's not now that I'm here, I'm so grateful that I made that change. And literally everyone now that I tell yeah, my major is psychology, they go, that makes sense. Could have guessed that. Every single person I tell, that's the reaction, because it is so aligned with me, and it makes so much sense because, one, this podcast, two, all the advocacy that I do just on my social media, and different clubs that I run and organizations that I help out with, and everything that is so aligned with psychology. And I didn't put my physics and math courses to waste because I got a minor in pre-health, so I have that too, which will probably do me nothing, but I have it. Something to add to my resume. So yeah, I was so incredibly excited too when I made the switch, when I finally decided okay, I'm gonna switch into psychology. I was so incredibly excited, and then I thought I had my whole plan in life figured out then, until literally last month when I met with my lab instructor, who he's been helping me out so much with everything. He is honestly amazing. He yeah, he's been helping me out a lot. And so I met with him to just talk about grad schools and advice he had and what I should look into and whatever. And he was telling me well, what do you want to do? Because I could go into clinical psychology, or I can do sports and performance psychology, or I can even go right into my doctorate, or I can just try and get certificates, and there's all these different options. And then I got so confused because for years now I was planning on becoming a sports psychologist, and that was so fitting. It still is. That's what I'm gonna do. But a month ago I was I had all my schools figured out, because I had picked out, I made a list of 15 different schools and went into them a bit more, and then knocked some off of my list and narrowed it down to my top 6 schools, and then was looking deeper into those ones and finding out who I should reach out to at those schools and what I needed for my applications and blah 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 blah. So I made my list and I had it all for sports psychology, and then I met with him, and then I was wait, another option was to not go to school. So then I was wait, maybe I want to go to clinical psychology and get my doctorate right off the bat. And so then I was looking to those schools, but then I was wait, maybe I just take a year off and I just work. And then I was well, maybe I won't even go to school at all, and I'll just focus on the podcast and try and build my following and everything, and do become an influencer, do TED Talks and all this stuff, which is what I want to do. But then I decided, no, I'm just going to go to clinical school again. And so I got my whole list of doctorate programs to go to, and then was narrowing it down. But that was there's literally 3 schools that I want to go to. But now this week I have finally decided, no, I'm gonna go to get my master's in sports psychology. And that is my final decision, because I'm gonna get my certificate to be a sports psychologist. So then I have that, and then I can go get my doctorate after my master's in clinical psychology and be able to treat and diagnose people for mental illnesses and stuff. And then I'm going to combine the two. So that is my final decision, even though it is going to require another 10 years of school, but it is what it is. So that's why I've been so stressed, because I lost what I wanted to do, and I've just in college I've been so all over the place with my future and what I want to do for my future, and where my life is gonna go, and it's it seems like it's set in stone, and then I realize that no, actually I don't want to do that, and then I change it, and then I change it again, and then I was so dead set on going to Long Beach for grad school, and then I realized actually no, I don't want to live in California. So there's times where I feel like I have everything figured out, and then life just like sneaks up on me and everything changes so much and my plans change so much, and sometimes it gets so overwhelming and so stressful. And I know that a lot of other people feel this way. I feel like they're at a loss of like direction or don't even know what they want to do in life in general, which like I'm grateful that I have multiple ideas and options, but I know that there's some people out there who have genuinely no idea. And through college and through what I've learned with all of these things changing so much, and what I would advise to those people who feel at a loss of direction is just to try new things. Literally seek all the opportunities you can and just figure out what you like doing, what you enjoy the most. And if there's like so many things that you enjoy, then pick a few of those, go with that, go down that route. And also know that you don't have to go to school. Like in the past, it was so frowned upon if you didn't go to college or if you didn't get a degree or anything, like you seem stupid or something, but that's so not true. Like, you do not have to go to college. I mean, for a lot of careers, yes, you do, but if school isn't your thing, and if school's gonna make you miserable, and if you can find a career that you don't need a degree for, that you're going to enjoy and you're gonna love, literally go do it. Go find that, like, and put all of your passion, all of your energy into that, because that's how you will succeed in that. Find out what you really like, what you really enjoy. For me, I did really enjoy physics and I was excited about it, but then I wasn't. And then just trying that new course, that psychology course, then I took the jump and the leap to switch into psychology. And even through like signing myself up for different organizations and clubs and like trying new things, I found out that I actually love administration and stuff, and like planning out events, organizing events, and also like I also love social media and making like graphic designing and making posts and sharing my creativity through social media posts and graphic design and stuff like that. So through just trying so many different things, I found these new passions, these new interests that I really, really like and enjoy. And those have brought me so many new opportunities and also new pathways for my future, and guiding me towards like what I really kind of want to do. And maybe, I mean, it's definitely going to change so many more times. I already know that. And that's okay. But for right now, I'm just trying out different things, figuring out what I really love, what I really enjoy, what I really am passionate about. I was talking to someone else about my future, and I was telling her, I'm like, so now I don't think I'm gonna go to school because I just want to do my podcast and I just want to do like talks and stuff. And she was like, you can still get your degree. You don't have to fit inside of a box. You don't have to fit inside of a mold. Like, you can go outside of that box and be unique with a degree or like your life path. And that kind of is what changed my mind, because I was like, wait, I can do that. Like, I can still go to school, I can still learn all this stuff, and I can still get that degree and use that knowledge for the stuff that I love to do. I don't have to do like the most basic jobs that people normally get with those degrees. Like, I can decide and be unique with it. So these big life decisions are so daunting, and like, how the fuck does someone make a life decision? It's so hard. It's so stressful. But I think when we look at like these big decisions, we see them as very black and white, very all or nothing. And it's like, well, if I make the wrong decision, I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna be so miserable, so unhappy, my life is gonna go to shit. Or it's, I make this decision and it's the best decision I've ever made, and I'm so happy, and it's gonna lead me to this huge, successful, amazing future life. But that's not the case. Life is not all or nothing. Life is not black and white. There is an in-between. And so you can make a huge life decision, but you can also make a change in that decision. Like, I can choose to go to one school and get one degree, and then halfway through I can say, actually, this was a horrible decision, I hate it here. I can switch. I can move somewhere new. I can not even complete my degree. It is okay. There's always going to be more opportunities. Life is always going to go on. You can say I do, get married. You can also get divorced. You can change that decision with any time and still go on with your life and make new decisions and learn from those past decisions that didn't feel as right. And so just know that life is not black and white. It's not all or nothing. You can make a decision and still go back from that decision as well. And sometimes you just have to take the risk for things to be good. You have to take the risk in order to receive the opportunity for things to go well. So those are my messages for you today, and that's my little stress and reasons for breakdowns this week. In the past few weeks, actually. Just a lot going on. A lot going on with me every single day. There's something to do all the time, but everything that I do, I'm so passionate about and I love. So I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful for my life and to be busy, to be honest. I would rather be incredibly busy than be bored and have nothing to do ever. So anyways, I hope you all have an amazing, amazing week. And I hope you know that I love you all so, so incredibly much. And I thank you for listening. I thank you for being here today. I will talk to you all again next Tuesday. Okay, bye guys. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Bye.